everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to jump in and take a look at another Witch Hollow review. This is one of the ones I just got in the mail about a week and a half or so ago. This is the 2013. So remember I did the 2012, I skipped the 2013 because I didn't have it, went on to the 2014 and going on from there. So I wanted to go back before we get too far into the review series and kind of catch you up on the 2013 piece. It's pretty awesome. It's one of my favorites, one I've been looking for a very long time. So without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at this 2013 Witch Hollow piece. Okay, so as always, we start with a box here, and this is the 2013 Witch Hollow piece. This is the Three Witches Cauldron Haunt. This was released again in 2013, and if you were to have bought this brand new at the time of release, the manufacturer suggested retail price was $85. You cannot find this house anywhere close to that price range today. And there's very few of them on eBay or secondhand market that I could find. I just got really lucky with this one. So, hey, with that, let's jump in and take a look. Now, I do have the accessory piece sitting there in front of it, so you can kind of see how that looks as well. Let me zoom out just a little bit. And the accessory piece is called Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble. It's kind of a witch, and we'll take a very close look at that, but she's sort of mixing up a spell bag into this big cauldron, and it's got a potion book sitting there. She's getting ready to really start mixing some wicked stuff up, it looks like. And if you were to have bought this again in 2013, the coordinating piece would have set you back $27.50. So again, there are still quite a bit of the Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble pieces out there, and they're not crazy expensive, probably a little bit more than $27.50, but I think you'll get a pretty decent deal on those. Those are a little bit easier to find than the building, the house itself. So with that, let's take a closer look. We'll move the accessory piece out of the way, and then obviously this piece is really incredibly well done and incredibly detailed. I love the three cauldrons out front. Now, obviously, this is called Three Witches Cauldron Haunt, but if you look at the cauldrons just themselves, look at the paint on the cauldrons and then the fire. That's all painted on there. And so kind of the detail, just kind of zooming in there to show you the dry brushing on the cauldrons, around the edges here on the top, around kind of it looks like the metal flashing around the center of the cauldron with a handle, and then the fire and the wood down there is all incredibly well done. And these are all lit with LED lights. So you've got the three LED lights, and you see the big kind of a stir, the big spoon or whatever that is in there, big handle that looks sort of like a crazy looking ghost head or whatever that is on the cauldrons there. And there's three of them. And so just incredibly well done. The ground itself, like all Department 56 back in this time frame, is really well done. Everything is really well painted. You've got sort of a matte finish on all of this, just like you do most of your Halloween stuff. And I absolutely love it. The building itself is sort of just one way in the front. The doors is sort of cracked open. You've got a little window there, and it does take just a normal, probably a 3-volt bulb that goes into this one. I really haven't checked, but there is a light bulb that goes up into this one that connects to another adapter inside to work the LEDs inside the cauldrons. And then as we go up the witch hat, you can see the detail there. You can see the window right there where the buckle kind of wraps around the ribbon of the hat. And then if you go up a little bit higher, you see this owl perched right on top of the piece right there. And zooming in on this owl, very well detailed piece as well. I mean, you can see the eyes and the feathers and the nose. It's just a really well done little piece that sits up on top of this witch hat. So when you zoom out and you look at it from a distance in a whole, it's a really cool piece. And those cauldrons obviously dance around with different colors of light: green, yellow, purple, red. Just really cool. I said yellow, but I haven't seen a yellow flash in there, so maybe it's just red, green, and purple. But either way, it looks incredibly cool. And so that's the house. And if we can move the trees away as we always do, we'll take a look at the side and the back of the house. On this side here, you've got some small, a small window right there where one of the cauldrons is. Really hard to see, but again, you can see the detail on the fire coming out of the cauldron is just amazing. And then the hat obviously is well detailed. There's still some styrofoam from the box coming off on that. So, and then back into the back here, you can see just the further detail. Almost looks like a tree of some sort, maybe that's what that's sitting on, or that's the foundation of the house itself that the hat is actually sitting on. But irrespective of that, it looks really, really well done on either side. And then again, on this side, another small window that wraps around, but not much more detail than that. Really all the detail is in the front of the fire and those bubbling cauldrons, which are really, really cool. So with that, let's jump in and take a look at the accessory. And this is Fire, Burn, and Cauldron Bubble. Now, I'm gonna set this down and step back just for a second. This piece is really well done, but I will tell you, this is not a resin piece. This is a porcelain piece, and you can tell by looking at this, right? This is a porcelain piece, but it's incredibly well done, and I love the paint on this. And so let's kind of take a look at it a little bit closer here. So you can see that the witch, let's take a look at her face. Again, very scary witch figure. We've seen scarier, but she's not too pleasing on the eyes either way you look at it. She's pretty scary. She's got her hat on, some dark hair, and she's dumping some stuff into that. It's bat wings. You can see the little bat coming out of the bag there. So she's dumping bat wings into this bubbling cauldron. She's got a big broom in there to kind of stir it up. And then she's got, on the stump here sitting beside her, she's got a book of potions. And then on this one, you can actually read a little bit. It's got recipes for spells and cures for spells. So I guess we don't really know if she is dishing up a recipe or kind of, bringing up a cure for a previous spell. But I do want you to look at some of the detail on her hat. Just if I can get that to focus, that would be awesome. Maybe it'll focus a little bit better here. Sorry about that. It's not wanting to focus real good, but you can see the kind of the dings in the hat out of the front and on the side, and it just, from a distance, and when you're kind of looking at it at the right angle, it looks really, really good. Man, this camera is killing me lately. It just does not want to focus at all, and I don't know why. So I apologize for that, but it's focusing a little bit better there, but you can kind of see the way that hat is sort of not perfect there, which kind of adds to the flavor of the witch. And it's like that all the way around it, which is really, really unique and cool. And it looks, makes the hat look like it's actually worn and has been quite well used. And then if you zoom out, you can see the piece on the bottom. The paint job is just incredibly good on this, for especially, again, this is not a resin piece, it's a porcelain piece, but it's just a very, very good paint job all around that. The fire looks really good. Not quite as bright as the fire up on the cauldrons. You can see the big difference there. I wished it was sort of the same, but clearly it's not. But I like the fire on the cauldrons up there. Certainly is a little bit brighter, and I like that better than this one. But if you just had this piece by itself, it looks incredibly, incredibly good. And then when you put them up beside each other, you can see that these pieces coordinate really, really well with each other. So very, very pleased to have this one in my collection. This is going to look great in the Witch Hollow display that we are currently working on. And so hopefully that gives you a better look if you're trying to get these in your collection, or if you already have them in your collection, maybe a little bit different perspective on each one of them. Okay, well, there you have it. Hopefully that gives you a much better and much more detailed look at the 2013 Witch Hollow pieces. Absolutely So grateful that I found these and have them now in my collection. And so as you guys know, I've completed the Witch Hollow collection. Obviously, I'm waiting on the 2023 piece to be released, but we don't know when that's going to happen yet. I would anticipate in the next couple of months, hopefully, I'll have that piece. And with all 2023 pieces, you'll see the reviews right here on the channel. I say all 2023, the pieces that I'm going to purchase, you'll see the reviews here on this channel. And so, hey, where are we at with the Witch Hollow display? I've taken a small little break. Our son is in the Air Force. He is home from Germany. He's in the middle of a change and a move. And so he's moving from Germany, staying with us for another couple of weeks. And then he's off to San Antonio, Texas. So spending a little more time with family and trying to get some of this stuff done as I get the opportunity to do so. But I haven't forgot about the Witch Hollow display. Certainly don't want to get behind on that one because we got so much other stuff to do, not only in that display, but for the rest of the displays that I've got to get ready. And I don't know if it feels the same way to you guys, but it seems like these days and these weeks and these months are just flying by. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that or not, but I start looking at it and I'm like, well, I've got a lot to get done if I want to get the Trick or Treat Lane done, if I want to get the Haunted Mansion stuff done. And before I can do any of that stuff, I've got to get the Witch Hollow display done. So sometime in the remainder of this week, this is Monday evening, so sometime into Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to start cutting and detailing those stumps. And you guys will see that. That'll be tutorial number, I think it's 5. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's number 5 will be coming for Witch Hollow. And that will focus on the stumps. And we're going to have a few of those of varying sizes to sit around the rest of the display and have that broom in the centerpiece. And then once we get those stumps done, then we're well on our way to sort of getting all the foliage down and all the vines and everything else and putting the details in it. So it won't take too awful long, but I have a feeling those stumps are going to take a minute, especially as we get a little bit bigger height on some of those. It's going to take a minute to get those carved and painted and the way that I envision them to be. So that's coming. So don't fret. That's going to be, you'll see another video this week on how we're going to cut those and how we're going to get those made and then get them painted. So you got that to look forward to. But as always, if you've liked this video, make sure that you click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and consider doing so. It certainly helps the channel grow. It helps me out personally. I do appreciate every single subscriber that I get. And if you click the little icon, the little bell icon there, then you get notified anytime there's a video that comes out. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go back and check. It'll automatically notify you. Then at your leisure, you can go in and watch that video. So I appreciate every single one of you. And until we talk again, I hope you guys have a very great and blessed rest of your week. We'll talk to you again very soon.